Mr. T here, and I got a question for you. Have you ever wanted to believe in something, even though you knew it couldn't be true? Did you ever want to believe it so bad you didn't pay attention to what your common sense was telling you? Well, that's a good way to get into trouble.
Fade in.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Smash that like button.
Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Can you imagine?
No, but really, if you like what we do here, show us by leaving a like. If we not yet earned your subscription, we hope we earn that today. Kevin Smith has drove his credibility straight into the ground.
No, it's not a Teela show. It's He-Man. It's a He-Man adventure. It's a He-Man, and he's the focus of the fucking story, center of the story. It's absolutely true. None of that is fucking untrue.
Let's rewind and talk about how this all started. Clownfish TV put out a tweet that claimed Teela is a better He-Man than Adam, and he steps aside to let her and her girlfriend take over hero duties. If true, this won't play well. Kevin Smith responds, as showrunner, I really could have used these story suggestions before we locked the scripts. However, no, He-Man does no stepping aside, and Teela has no girlfriend in our show. The storyline is pretty dark and way metal. Kevin Smith decides to double down, first time with Screen Rant, saying from an alleged insider that they had heard the same thing and that this is Teela's show. He claims that it is not Teela's show, and it is literally a He-Man show. This will haunt him.
So, you know, do I feel like it's a Teela show? It's as much a Teela show as it is a He-Man show because it's a Masters of the Universe show. Everybody gets a lot of screen time, and you know.
All of these things came to light.
It's just funny from where I sit because everyone's like pointing at one thing and missing the very obvious, but maybe they'll find it. But yeah, it's Masters of the Universe, kids. All of the characters, all of them.
So why does this new Masters of the Universe based on the boys show, so the majority of the fans coming in, the original fandom is going to be boys, who are now men, why doesn't it have a single lead male character or even a strong male supporting character?
The only thing good about this show
Was the first trailer. I need a
hero. Kevin Smith did He-Man dirty,
the way Ryan
Johnson and Kathleen
Kennedy did to Luke in Star
Masters
Wars.
of the Universe Revelation is by far the worst of them. It fails in every way, a lazy insult to fans of the franchise. I know Bait and Switch is an
worse than everything, and the funny part is,
in this
series there is no existence of He-Man. I just don't consider it as a He-Man series.
it's all about
Teela and her journey. It's more of a dumb fan fiction series, and the most
appropriate name should have been She-Man.
Please don't
waste your time on this until and unless you only
want to see
Teela.
I am perfectly fine with the LGBT community, but this project is
pretty badly produced.
The only good thing about it is the animation. I was watching the show as a kid. Yes, it was cheesy, but it is way better than this. By the way, F you, Kevin Smith.
Oh, you know, he was going on the defensive and the offensive.
Screen Rant made the comment that they heard that she's the main character too. And he was like, that's not, correction, that's not true.
Yeah.
Guess what? As we're finding out, it is effing true.
It does appear to be the case.
My Nerdy Home YouTube channel removed lipstick and hair from Teela, and this is what we end up with.
Bruh.
Kevin Smith, it's simple. You made a He-Man show that you said was literally about He-Man and a sequel to the original series, which was called He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Just because this is called Masters of the Universe does not mean that this show should not still be centered around He-Man. You did an overhaul remake to a fan favorite show and you gave it a blanket of banality, then you serve it up as if, hey, I didn't expect this backlash. You don't need to make Teela tough. She's already tough. She's trained in bow, staff, and sword. She's battled Skeletor. Being a good leader means knowing how to follow, and Teela followed He-Man because they were on the same mission together. She wouldn't act like a spoiled brat, get a brain surgery haircut, and give up on the mission.
Only by working together could her city be saved. And that's the way it should be. Together. Right?
Right. People are like, oh man, this is the Teela show and stuff. Like, yes, as I said from the beginning, Teela plays a very prominent part of it.
No, it's not a Teela show.
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
Kevin Smith ends up doing this podcast with the voice actor that did Orko, and he brings up this review bombing.
An article that went up, a few articles. The one I saw was on Uproxx, and there's a few other sites that talked about how we were review bombed, which is a practice where a bunch of people like hit a project hard with reviews.
Which, if we look at the numbers, it's like 3,000 people. If we look at I Am Not Starfire, we can see that this is what something being ratioed looks like. I mean, this is a message being sent. 3,000 people. It's Kevin Smith trying to play victim. This whole thing's pretty cringe.
What's the word? They emasculated He-Man. If you don't like something, kids, don't talk about it.
Yeah. Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next products.
Especially Kevin Smith embarrasses his co-host, and it just becomes awkward. He also tries to be like a Kevin Smith hype man. I've edited some of my favorite parts so we can have a giggle.
Is that like we didn't create anything new. One of the things that we did
from
was
the very beginning.
Let's find the most interesting storyline, and this storyline was interesting.
It was there the
tied
whole
into the storyline we wanted to do,
been
which is
on the
hold
table.
the f on, Orko. As annoying as your character. What we were trying to do, of course, was the key to telling an extended He-Man story. If we were telling He-Man episodic, if this is out, it's like, oh man, that's gonna suck. And not because I'm like, oh, they'll all hate me and shit for emasculating He-Man. More because like I just didn't want to spoil what was a cool thing.
Not only that, I mean, they're putting the spoiler.
Let me finish.
Oh yes,
Internet,
please, yes, internet.
While I was sitting there going like, oh shit, they're gonna.
I mean, to come to your defense, the thing that frustrates me so much about this like lie thing, right?
Yeah.
Is that
this is why I never like worried about like, oh, people are gonna hate the show. I saw a few tweets this weekend, people impugning my use of marijuana, as they say that it ruined Masters of the Universe. So
you're taking a very big chance. You're gambling with your health, maybe even your life. Drugs don't make your problems go away. They just create more.
Fans are upset because Kevin Smith is a fan. He owns a comic book shop. He's the king of geek culture. He named his daughter Harley Quinn. If there is anybody that you would think would be in the corner of the fans and do justice to some geekdom, you would think that that person would be Kevin Smith. Yes, fans are going to tell Kevin Smith to go f himself because they feel betrayed. Betrayed by one of their own.
So I'm just like, I'm going to take a moment here and I want to say one thing to Kevin Smith. F you, Kevin Smith. F yourself. F you. And no, I am not sorry, Mom, because my mom would agree with me in this instance.
Tell me what you think about this whole He-Man Kevin Smith thing. Did you watch the show? Did you think it was good? Are you not going to watch it because of all this? Till next time. Later.